This episode today is for all of the coaches out there, coaches at the middle school, high school, and collegiate level, especially. Coaches, sport psychology doesn't have to be a separate part of practice. It can be built into what you're already doing in just a few minutes. Nor do you have to sacrifice practice time or set aside hours for a mental performance coach to come in and run seminars for your team. I know practice time is your practice time. You only get your players for a certain amount of time every week, and you really want to make those hours count. So today I'm walking you through 6 simple sports psych exercises that you can start implementing into your practices that can really help strengthen your team's mental game. So as always, we're diving right into the point here. Number 1 is to make sure that you always have some sort of quick team debrief. This could be 2 to 3 minutes. A team debrief every practice is very important because it helps to bring everyone together, gets your players thinking about the good things that happen and improvements to be made, and keeps their focus on the team as a whole. A lot of the times athletes can get so in their heads about their own errors. So this really forces them to think about how they were still able to contribute to the team and keep them playing for something bigger than their own goals. So 2 simple, solid questions to ask here is, what did we do well today? Emphasis on the we, and what's one thing that we can improve on for tomorrow. This builds reflection, accountability, and awareness without a really long speech. Also gets them thinking about a plan and focuses for tomorrow. That way they aren't necessarily dwelling on today. It really helps them move on. So this quick team debrief keeps the focus on the team as a whole so they aren't overthinking every little thing that they might have done. So number 2, something to implement into your practices is visualization. Before or after your practice, take 2 minutes, coaches. Such an important life skill to have, not just an athletic skill. Have your players lay out on the field or the court, give them 2 minutes. Tell them to close their eyes, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, get relaxed. And before practice, what you could do is have them visualize themselves doing something really well that day. After practice, you could have them replay one thing that they did really well in their heads, almost like a little highlight reel for them. You're training their mind the same way you train their body when they do this. When they see themselves being successful, it builds confidence. They also slow down, and it helps them work on their focus too, because they're go, go, go all day long and they aren't attached to their phones. They're closing their eyes. They're being really intentional about staying focused for that specific 2 minutes that you set aside for them. So have them all lay down, take a deep breath in, get relaxed. And you as a coach, just set a timer on your phone and then slowly wake them up. Give them some sort of prompt that you want them to visualize, and then slowly wake them up as those 2 minutes start to run out. So we have quick team debrief, visualization. Number 3 is to set a focus for practice. And what I mean by this is a mental focus, so not just drills. For example, today we're focusing on communication. Really make sure you're loud on the field and communicating with your teammates between plays. And at water breaks, for you as a coach, check in on it. How is our mental focus for the day going? That way it's not just, okay, we're working on this specific route, or we're working on this play, we're working on rebounding. Give them also a mental focus to be really thinking about and working on that day too. Or another great example is we're working on next play mentality. So make it your goal to be the best person on the team who's able to reset after an error. I love that one. See how it changes their dynamic. I use a lot of next play language within that, like next play, flush it, reset. Have your assistant coaches and captains really be on board with this too. That way everyone is using the same sort of language and providing those reminders throughout practice. So it keeps this focus at the forefront of your athletes' minds. This gives a lot of purpose just beyond reps. Number 4, simple sports psych strategy to implement into your practices. Really watch your wording as a coach. This is a simple but powerful one. We always want athletes to be thinking about what they want to do, not necessarily what they want to avoid. So instead of saying, don't drop your head, say, keep your head up. Or instead of saying, stop shanking, say, move feet and hold. Athletes always perform better when they're told what to do, not what to avoid. And this becomes their self-talk. And if they're saying don't shank, well, then the last thing they hear is shank. So watch how you're wording things, word it in a way that gets them thinking about exactly what they want to do. Number 5 here is reward effort, not just outcomes. Make sure you're pointing out things like hustle, communication, body language. What you praise is what gets repeated. This also tells them what you really value. If you are always pointing out their mistakes as a coach, then that tells them you only care about mistakes. And before you know it, you have athletes playing really scared out there because they're afraid of making mistakes. So they're in this very avoidant mode where they're playing very fearful, tight, hesitant. This is a small one, but it does tell athletes a lot about what they should be really giving a lot of value into. So their communication, hustle, being a good teammate, the positive and confident body language. Make sure you're emphasizing those things, not just outcomes. And number 6, our last simple sports psych strategy for coaches to implement is ask questions instead of always telling. So instead of saying you need to focus more, ask what were you focused on there? Because that builds awareness for your athletes. It helps them build ownership and accountability. It also shows them that you care and are genuinely interested in what they're thinking about. And this builds autonomy because they'll be more confident over time communicating their thoughts to you. And it helps you understand better too. So maybe you can take that information and explain a skill or a drill differently. Overall, coaches, if you think sports psychology requires extra time, it really doesn't. You can build these into your practices. As a review, number 1, we always have some sort of team debrief, gets their focus on not on me, but shifts their focus to the greater overarching team goals and how they're contributing to those team goals. 2, incorporate 2 minutes of visualization at the beginning of practice or at the end of practice. 3, set a mental focus for practice that day, not just drills. 4, watch your wording. Tell them what to do versus what to avoid. 5, reward and highlight effort over outcomes. And 6 is to ask more questions versus tell. These small mental habits done consistently will have a bigger impact than one long team talk, I promise you. So for more help working sports psych into your team culture, please feel free to email me, Georgia@rootedsportspsychcoach.com. Thank you for tuning in this week, you all, and we'll see you next week.